Welcome to Good Morning Vail. For this Monday, November 20th edition, I'm your host, Ben Roof. We've got a great show in store for you today, and I hope you guys are getting ready because opening day of Beaver Creek is only 2 short days away. So, your first hour of Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
I hope you guys have a fresh cup of coffee, and before we get started with the show, let's take a quick look at today's weather. If you had a chance to take a peek outside, you might see a little bit of snow on the ground this morning, and we're starting off today at around 33 degrees at about 8 a.m., moving up to a high of 41 towards the afternoon there, with that 50% chance of precipitation throughout the day, mostly cloudy with the winds coming from the northwest, 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we take a look at that hourly forecast there, we're looking at some snow showers in the morning with that high of 35 degrees around noon, moving up towards 37 around 4 p.m. there, with clouds throughout the day, starting to cool off there towards the evening, looking at about 29 degrees at around 8 p.m. As we take a look at the I-70 corridor there, we're seeing that 50% chance of snow down in Denver with a high of 45, that 50% chance in Vail with a high of 41, 40% chance in Avon with a high of 43, and then in Eagle we've got a 30% chance with a high of 44. As we take a look at the overnight forecast tonight, we're seeing a low of 15 degrees with that 20% chance of snow going on throughout the night, partly to mostly cloudy with sunset coming in at about 4:48 p.m. And then we're still seeing some winds from the northwest, still 5 to 10 miles an hour overnight. As we take a look at the rest of the week there, Tuesday we're seeing some sun with a high of 46, mostly sunny on Wednesday with a high of 54, and then we're seeing some clouds moving in on Tuesday with a 20% chance and a high of 48. And then as we take a look at the later in the week there, Friday we've got that 50% chance of snow showers with a high of 36, and then Saturday we're looking at partly cloudy with a high of 38. So things are looking like we've got some snow coming in late of the week, but a little bit of sunshine still throughout. We'll be right back after a short break.
Good morning, Vail.
Lions Head Jewelers Fossil and Mineral Gallery. Located in the heart of Lions Head Village for over a decade, our 4,000 square foot gallery boasts a one-of-a-kind experience that cannot be found anywhere else in Vail. We carry the most exquisite array of fine jewelry, high-end minerals, and museum-quality fossils. We invite you to come in and explore all the history and beauty that nature has to offer.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Vail. Have an amazing day. Get on out there, soak up that sunshine. We'll see you tomorrow right here for more Good Morning Vail. Bye, everyone. Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw. You might recognize me from the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. Maybe you hear my voice on the radio from time to time or see me out at a concert or two. I love concerts. If you see me out, the long mermaid hair, I'm almost 6 foot tall. It's hard to miss. Come and say hi, give me a high five, and make sure to watch me right here on TV8.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. With Colorado Gives Day approaching at the earliest days in December, we spoke to Access Unbound, one of the fundraising companies or organizations trying to raise $38,000 to assist people in experiencing the outdoors regardless of what their physical disabilities might be. So let's take it away to Kim's conversation.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, I am excited about the next two ladies joining me here on the couch because it's such an important initiative. We're going to be talking about Access Unbound. I've got Katie, the founder, joining me here today, and Elizabeth, the executive director. How are you, ladies?
Great.
Good. I'm so happy. I'm sure this is probably fun to be sitting here on the couch with somebody in a costume.
It's always good to have a Halloween day.
It just kicks in the start of feeling joyful and excited. So, Katie, you started Access Unbound. Tell me about it.
Yeah, we started in 2016, and we are the only organization here in the Valley that supports people with disabilities regardless of their age, their background, their disability. And so we're filling in a lot of the niches here in the Valley to make sure that people with disabilities have access to the professional snow sports that are happening here in the Valley.
That's really important. You know, snow sports are wonderful for all people involved. And so what was your mission and why did you choose to really get involved and to start Access Unbound?
Our mission really is to enable access to professional recreational opportunities, and our focus right now has been on snow sports. And I've been involved in the industry for a long time and saw a real need here. There was a pretty large segment of our population, both here in Eagle County, but also in the greater population of Colorado, that were not having access to this higher caliber of learning experience. And so we were trying to fill that gap and make sure that everybody could have a little bit more access to that.
That's amazing. So 2016. So how has the program grown? We're coming on 8 years now.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. Yeah, we've done over 900 days of access for people with disabilities. We're generally serving around 80 people per winter, growing from, a half dozen the first year. So it's been incredible and really building some great relationships and seeing some amazing accomplishments. 98% of our recipients report having a significant change or huge change in mental health. We're seeing huge growth in physical ability, cognitive ability. It's just been amazing to see the accomplishments. And we've had people who have gone through our program who have then felt the confidence to go on and try having a career and try working. It's so much more than just skiing and snowboarding, so it's a pretty powerful thing to be a part of.
That's really amazing, and I would agree. It's just so cool to see people with disabilities out on the slopes because you just think about it, what they're accomplishing and overcoming, and just people that are willing to support them as well.
Yeah, it's huge. Our donors are what make this happen, and we're grateful for all their support for sure.
That's amazing. So Elizabeth, Executive Director, tell me a little bit about your story. How did you get involved, and how did the two of you connect?
Well, I've always been passionate about sports and have recently, having moved to the Vail Valley, was digging into the adaptive sports community, and I saw what Katie built, and we were able to connect over kind of a shared love of adaptive sports and making sure that people have access. So as soon as I met Katie, I could feel, the passion and care that she had, and she's incredible at what she does. So it's been wonderful to learn from her, and I look forward to kind of carrying on the mission and working alongside her.
Absolutely. So mission, Access Unbound is wonderful, but there's a larger initiative in the state of Colorado called Colorado Gives, but you're involved in Eagle County Gives. So tell me about that, and then what do we have to look forward to coming up?
Sure. There's a special giving window coming up for all the nonprofits in the Vail Valley. There's 56 nonprofits as part of the Eagle County Gives Coalition. And there's a whole host across all these sectors: basic human needs, animal rescue, protecting the mountains that we explore, supporting people with disabilities. So we are all supporting one another and kind of helping each other fundraise during Colorado Gives Day coming up on December 5th. Okay. We're also part of an early giving window that starts tomorrow, November 1st. So any donations that come in between November 1st and December 5th will be eligible for incentive funds. So anybody who wants to give, your money will be maximized, your donation will be amplified. So if you're planning on giving to your favorite nonprofits in the Vail Valley, I would encourage you to go to Eagle County Colorado Gives.org. Look up your favorite nonprofits, and you can click right through and donate tomorrow.
Awesome. So Eagle County Colorado Gives.org is where you can go to give early access donations.
Yep, and it'll click you right through to the donation page. You can look up missions, you can look up different nonprofits, and see the wealth of nonprofits that are in the Vail Valley, making this a very well-rounded place to live.
That's amazing. Now, donors are a huge part of how you've been able to keep going. So talk to me about the partnerships, anybody that has just really made a major impact on Access Unbound.
Oh gosh, there's so many.
Broad question.
Well, we've been, we have some incredible donors. We have had some donations that have been donors who have put up some matches for us. We have a match for Colorado Gives Day in addition to the incentive fund. And so that's been instrumental. We also have worked really hard the last few years to create a program called the Access Card.
Okay.
It's a program that happens in September where we are really working with our business community and our local community to promote them, to help promote us, to help get our locals some discounts. So it's a discount card people purchase for donation to our organization, and then there's a 2-week shopping period, September 16th to the 30th. So that's been a really special kind of donor cultivation, but also getting to know the community that we're so proud to be a part of and trying to help support them as well. But then there's just so many individual donors who have just been instrumental, and some amazing, great local organizations giving grants. Vail Valley Cares, Thrift Stores has an incredible grant program that we've been honored to be a part of. So yeah, there's just too many to list.
No, I love that. And so that's typically every September. So if we wanted to find more information about that, just head to the website.
Yeah, the Access Card, you can head to our website, which is accessunbound.org, and then, follow social media. We're here on TV8, Vail Daily, etc. Keep an eye out for the list of businesses, look for it, but it's definitely a great way. I do all my holiday shopping, so I'm done all my holiday shopping already.
That's a great way to do that.
Yeah,
Be ahead of the curve.
Yeah, yes.
That's amazing. Now, Elizabeth, speaking of volunteering, how can we get involved? Tell us more.
So I would recommend going to Eagle County Colorado Gives.org and looking up your favorite nonprofits, check out their mission, and reach out directly. I think there are a lot of great organizations that always look for support, whether that's in-kind donations or actually volunteering and helping support their mission. So I would say find out what you're passionate about, and there's definitely a nonprofit that could use your skills.
That's true, and nonprofits are wonderful, and it's just great to be part of the community and to support the community and all of the things that we do here. We're not just a resort town, we're not just a vacation town.
No, that's what makes this community special, and the Eagle County Gives Collaborative is this really coming together to help each other rise, and it's a really powerful group of people, and it's a real honor to be a part of that.
It really is, and we're in shoulder season, but this is such a great way to get involved and to get plugged in and be able to support everyone and help us navigate the busy times.
Yes.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, ladies, tell us, where can we go for more information one more time? I know we've got the website here, but can we follow initially on social media and being able to give donations, etc.?
Go ahead.
For our organization, absolutely. We'd love to have you follow us on social media. Check out our website, accessunbound.org. And then going to our Colorado Gives.org page for Access Unbound, specifically for Colorado Gives. Starting tomorrow, we'd love to have you donate through that page specifically, so that helps us meet our match, but also get more of that incentive fund coming from the state. And then do you want to share the information for the Colorado Gives?
And go to EagleCountyColoradoGives.org.
Wonderful.
Yep, and we got the website up right now, so this is a great way to get plugged into our local county.
Wonderful. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining me. Now, tomorrow, early access giving, and then December 5th is when it actually is the larger scale.
It's a statewide effort, yes.
Statewide effort. Awesome. Well, wonderful. Great to see you both. Thank you for coming on, and happy Halloween.
Thank you. You
Happy
too.
Halloween.
Absolutely. Now, we've got a bit more of the Halloween celebrations coming up on our show. We'll be right back after this. You're not going to want to miss it.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
My name is Tyler Alvarez. I work here at Sweet Basil in Vail. I'm a bartender here. I originally came to Vail to snowboard. I slept on my sister and my cousin's couch for what was supposed to be a week, turned into 2 months, and then I found my own spot, and then kind of made friends and worked different places in the valley and kind of just fell in love with it more and more every single day, and ended up finding my way to Sweet Basil through some friends who worked here and all the great things that I heard about it. And yeah, I've been here for 4 years now. It's hard to wake up in Vail and be upset when you look outside. It's just beautiful. My favorite part about working at Sweet Basil is definitely that I could be proud about everything that we're putting out, whether it's food, drinks. We also get to be really creative here. The bartenders, the whole team here, we workshop our menus every season, so we'll start with a spirit or an ingredient, and then we get to be really creative and make a whole project of it. And then when we get the final product, it's a drink that we're all really proud of for the whole menu, and that's super fun, just being able to be creative and work with new things. And the most fun cocktails to make, though, are definitely the ones that we get to create from scratch. When people take a sip and say, oh my God, this is delicious, or they just love it. And that's probably the most fun for me, the creativity behind it and making unique cocktails. That, for me, that would be the most fun drink to make, just the one that you start from scratch and then people are excited about. I'm Tyler, I live and work in Vail. Come see me at Sweet Basil.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. We're going to continue our conversations about local nonprofits, focusing up next on PEER, which used to be known as the Red Ribbon Project, and they recently rebranded as part of their continuing fundraising effort as part of Colorado Gives. But I'm going to let them explain it a little bit more. So Gretchen had a conversation with them a little earlier.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I've been having a blast. You haven't seen this yet, but Grace Meinberg and I from PEER, and we're going to tell you what it used to be called the Red Ribbon Project. Is that correct? Yep. For Colorado Gives Month. But Grace, you are such an interesting, dynamic, and cool person, and I'm so honored to meet you. How are you doing this morning?
Thank you. I'm doing great. It's been great chatting with
I
you.
know, we've had a blast. We've talked all things.
Yeah, all
serious
morning.
and not serious.
Absolutely.
So Grace, I know that rebranding something as big as this is a big deal. So tell us a little bit about that, the rebranding moment.
Yeah, so I was here about 2 months ago
Right.
as Red Ribbon Project.
Right.
And so since then, since our fundraising event in September, we have changed our name.
Okay.
We have been Red Ribbon Project in the Valley since 1996, so 27
long
years
time,
later.
yes.
We have expanded our mission and vision several years ago, but we really wanted to pick a name that encompasses what we're now doing in the community,
Okay.
which is more prevention and education, as well as HIV prevention and awareness. We do provide testing for or we provide funding for testing,
Right.
sorry, for
No,
HIV tests done in the Valley. And it's been quite a journey. I'm new
Yes.
to it, so joined this year.
Right, which is so awesome, and you're so involved. It's
Yeah.
so beautiful to watch because we were saying off camera, it is so important, and this is it's a life changer. It truly is, and so for you guys to really get involved and show people and educate people that this is a big deal. And PEER stands for what exactly, Grace?
Yeah, so that's our abbreviated name,
Right.
but it's Promoting Empowerment,
love
Eagle
that.
River.
I love that.
Because that's our main goal is we talk about sexual health and well-being, and so our mission is to reduce teenage pregnancy, HIV, AIDS, and other STIs. And so to do that, we want to empower the community to talk about it, to educate themselves, to be educated, to have the resources necessary to live a healthy lifestyle and be healthy. And so when we came up with that name, the board and I debated on it for quite a while. We really felt that that was a great name to encompass all that we do. And then PEER, obviously, to abbreviate it, but also to talk about how we want to exchange conversation and really just come to people as peers and talk to them about their bodies. And
that's exactly what I thought when I saw the change. And we were talking about how rebranding is
it's a lot.
It's hard.
It's fun.
But I love that what it stands for, and also to speak to peers because I'm older than Grace is. But when I was, growing up, it was not a conversation that was being spoken about. It was not even happening. And now, and that's sad because it is so important.
Yes.
And now I love young women, young men that are being raised to learn, you know what, this is not a funny moment. It's not something silly. It's not taboo to talk about. It's something that's really important to talk about. And you said you've seen that a lot when you speak to the different age groups.
Yeah, all different age groups embrace it in different ways.
Right.
We also talk to youth as humans, which is
love that.
super,
Such a big difference.
Yeah, to be inclusive. That was also something that felt missing in
Right.
my curriculum. It was very divided and right, these are your responsibilities, these are your responsibilities, these are the expectations. And we just go in there and share all the information, which is a lot.
Right.
We only have a class period with them in our youth programming. So we have maturation and sexual health, 5th through 8th, and then 9th grade. And they really do embrace it, have a lot of questions, which is always really fun. So me and the educators come together sometimes. We're like, what were the questions? To one, know what we can address, and also because sometimes they're very unique and
interesting.
funny.
Yeah. Grace, is this something when you were growing up that you ever thought? I mean, it's so interesting to think how people get into these occupations, and this one's it's so important. Is this something you ever saw yourself doing, or did it just kind of happen?
Not necessarily. It sort of just happened. I've always had these conversations with people in my life, whether it was family or friends. I was teaching high school for a little bit and had to direct them to some resources to say, hey, maybe we should talk about this.
Right.
And so came to that point in my life where I was trying to figure out what the community needs. COVID hit, I was teaching. I realized we wanted to address a lot more life skills rather than, can you just get your homework done? Like that, very important, but at the same time, I'm looking at substance use and unsafe driving behaviors and sexual health being a concern as well. And so I joined the world of nonprofits in the Valley.
I love that, yes.
Yeah, and I got connected to Red Ribbon Project, now PEER.
Yes.
About 2 years ago, started teaching for them, and then when that position became open as executive director, I decided to hop on and join it because
I love it.
I can have these conversations and not be embarrassed or uncomfortable, and I want to encourage others to do the same.
Well, you are a perfect fit for this, and we're so happy. We're honored that we get you. Keep on doing it.
Yeah.
So, and I know we're talking about All Things Colorado Gives Month, and we were saying, it is the month that's like the little title, but it should be all year round because nonprofits like these that are so very important, they keep on living through people giving from their hearts.
And we have so many great nonprofits in our valley.
Yes.
So I'm here to talk about the Colorado Gives Day. And we are lucky to be part of the Eagle County Gives Coalition, where about 50-some organizations have banded together to build fundraising capacity and really, drive awareness in our community that, hey, we're here. We do need money to be able to serve the community, but we have so many ways to serve, whether it's public health, serving youth, animals, people with disabilities, like the range is endless.
Which is so beautiful. That's really
it's great to get together with them about once a month. Started doing that a few months ago, and yeah, just talking about what works, what we
Right.
could do to help enhance the fundraising capacity. And so
Right.
that's what we're here to talk about.
That is so cool. And it's Colorado Gives Month, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
the month of November, Thanksgiving and everything. And how can people, I know, like you're saying, it is a lot because you're like, there's all these amazing
Mm-hmm.
organizations. And I know so many of us want to give to so many touch us personally. And,
Yeah.
what would you say to people that really are excited to
Yeah.
give the money that they have, or even little amounts? And that's something I should say before I go into this,
Oh, yeah.
even a little amount really helps.
Goes a
it's
long
give-
way.
Yeah, I'm saying this for myself. A coffee every once in a while
Yeah.
that I buy, and using that towards these awesome organizations really goes a long way.
Does it does, and it's appreciated.
Right.
Even the littlest donation,
Yes.
which I shouldn't even say little because it's still really
A
important.
donation, right.
It's still a donation, and
Totally.
we're grateful for that. So if you go to Eagle County Colorado Gives, all spelled out,
Okay.
Online, you can find the coalition's website that has all of the
love
nonprofits
this.
that are participating.
It makes it easier.
It
kind of
does.
lays out.
Yeah.
I'm speaking from me last year because I remember I was so over. I think you think about all these different, and you're like, you get almost overwhelmed, I would say.
Yeah.
And the website is beautiful because it does just kind of lay it all out there for you.
Yeah. You can search topics and missions and visions. So
Okay.
you can really hone in like, hey, I want to donate my money towards youth in the valley.
Right.
You can type that in, or animals, or
Totally.
you can you type that in and it'll give you some options
Cool.
for where to put your money.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
That is well. And so, could you give us the website one more time, just so everyone?
Yeah,
knows?
so
okay.
it's Eagle County, or I'm sorry.
Girl, you're good.
Eagle County Colorado Gives.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It's early.
It's a little bit
It's early.
And so
Okay.
check it out. It's great. They have a lot of information. We also have a rally going on November 28th.
Okay.
So Tuesdays are the big days,
Okay.
which to remember. And that's our rally. It's over at Eagle Ranch, and for Eagle Ranch, that is. And we then have the Giving Day on December 5th. So,
December 5th, okay.
Yeah, so anytime between last Tuesday,
Yes.
so it's already started,
I know.
last Tuesday and December 5th,
Cool.
any money that has been donated to Colorado Gives then is supplemented by an incentive fund. And so
Awesome.
your money goes even further
Okay.
because some money is extra money is being tacked onto that and
So
sent out
this
to
is
these
the time.
organizations. This is the time.
Yeah, this is the time to really give.
Yeah, any time's a time to
Right.
give, but this is a time where we start feeling a little bit more giving. This season's coming
Yeah,
up where we have
100%.
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah.
And I know me and my family have started to explore options of maybe not giving gifts, but doing
Me too.
donations for
Yes.
organizations. So I know I do that for
Beautiful.
my godmother and things like that. And
Yeah.
so we want to encourage that. In
Well, and
people.
I love that you said that because that's a brilliant idea too.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying this, Grace.
Yeah.
Because no, I didn't even think about this. So many of us get so lost in the gift giving moment and get stressed, and it's supposed to be a happy, joyous time. Why not do something for someone else and really live in that moment of spirit and giving and community? What a cool gift! I would feel honored if someone said, "Hey, I gave."
Donate
Even
your name.
$2,
Yeah.
to the peer group,
Yeah.
So how cool. Well, Grace, you're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You're
You
welcome
too.
back anytime. We adore you here.
Appreciate
I hope
that.
we see you again and again.
Absolutely.
And keep it right here. We have more of Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tva.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com, because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tv8vail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Experience the magic of the season like never before with the Leadville Railroad on our Holiday Express. Gather the family for an enchanting journey filled with dazzling displays of twinkling lights and festive decorations. Create cherished memories that will last a lifetime on this unforgettable train adventure that captures the spirit of the holidays. Booking information at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. Let's take another quick look at today's weather forecast here. Starting off this morning around 8 a.m., we're looking at about 33 degrees with a little bit of snow on the ground throughout the valley. Moving on to a high of 41 towards the afternoon there, with a 50% chance of rain and snow throughout the day. Snow showers early, mostly cloudy with winds from the northwest 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we take a look at the hourly forecast there, again, some snow showers this morning with a 33 degrees around 8 a.m. Noon, we're looking at about 35, still with a bit of those snow showers, and then things are starting to warm up there in the afternoon, mostly cloudy, looking at about 37 degrees at 4 p.m., and then things will cool off with 38 degrees, or 29 degrees, I should say, around 8 p.m. Still mostly cloudy. Taking a look at the I-70 corridor there, we've got that 50% chance of wintry mix down in Denver with a high of 45, high of 41 in Vail with that 50% chance of precipitation, Avon with a 40% chance and a high of 43, Eagle with a high of 44 and a 30% chance of precipitation today. Taking a look overnight, we've got that low of 15 degrees overnight with that 20% chance of snow continuing throughout the night. Partly cloudy to mostly cloudy with sunset coming in at about 4:48 p.m. tonight, still with some northwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Taking a look at the rest of the week there, we're seeing a sunny Tuesday with a high of 46 degrees, mostly sunny on Wednesday with that high of 54, and then on Tuesday we're seeing a 20% chance of mostly cloudy skies with a high of 49. And then we've got that 50% chance of snow showers with a high of 36 on Friday. And Saturday, we've got some partly cloudy skies with a high of 33. Now, continuing our conversation about the nonprofits in the Vail Valley, Bravo Vail, as part of their Colorado Gives Drive, is hoping to raise $60,000 to continue to bring one of the world's best classical music festivals here to the Vail Valley. Let's see what they have to say.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Very excited on the couch today. Executive Director of Bravo, Caitlin Murray, and I am so thrilled to see you. And I'm so happy I get to do this interview with
I
you.
know.
I'm so stoked.
It's great to see you again. Thanks for having me.
So always great to see you. And I think the word would be kind of taken back by all that you guys do. Bravo is one of my favorite moments in this valley. I just love it. But we were also saying, and we're going to dive right into what we were talking about. You know what? I think a lot of times when people think of Bravo Vail, they think of like you were saying, the Philharmonic and all these big moments, which is correct and beautiful and fun and empowering. But we want to talk about something a little different, especially with Colorado Gives Day.
Absolutely.
Everything coming in. So yeah, I'll let you take it. Take it away.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yes.
And absolutely, you know, Bravo Vail is approaching its 37th season.
Wow.
So it's been around for a long time.
37.
And, yeah,
oh, that's amazing.
We've had the New York Philharmonic here for 2 decades now.
Yeah.
And I think that is kind of what is the image that gets conjured up to mind for people when they think of Bravo.
Right.
But there is so much more.
So much more.
And for all of us who live and work here in Eagle County, one of the great benefits is having this world-class music festival in our backyard.
So
and
cool.
then everything that we can bring because of that.
Right.
Our mission is bringing world-class music and making it accessible to all. And throughout the course of the year, we run music programs, education programs for kids and adults. We have 300 local students involved in our Music Makers program.
300.
300.
Wow.
So this is elementary, high
Yeah.
school, middle school, and this is group piano lessons, violin lessons, small ensembles, recital performances. Over the holidays last year, they went and played for patients and staff at Vail Health in the lobby. So it's really part of our mission and part of the work that we're really focused on here locally is just making sure that access to music and music education is part of the fabric of our community.
And that's a huge thing because so often these days, so many schools are getting that ripped away from them.
Yeah.
And it's such an integral part. I mean, personally, in my life, music has saved me in more ways than I can even ever describe. And
couldn't agree more.
And I know I didn't want to speak for you, but I'm like, I know that we're both on the same page there. And so it is so very important. And this is such a beautiful mission that you guys are on.
No, thank you. I mean, I say it all the time. I was so lucky. When I was 4 or 5 years old, somebody put a violin in my hands.
Right on.
I belong in the audience, not on stage. And so many of us do.
Yeah.
But it's the beauty, it's the peace, it's the connection with other people. It's all those really intrinsic, valuable things that music brings, not just to us individually, but to us as a community. I ask people all the time, can you imagine having gotten through the pandemic, through quarantine, without books or music or the arts? I mean, I think they were such a saving grace for so many of us. And it's so important in our daily lives to make sure that we're making sure that that's available for the next generation. And I think the schools do everything that they can. We work very closely with the local school district to try and make sure that we're filling gaps or making sure that access to music education is available, whether you live in Vail or Gypsum. Because there's a big difference, you know?
It is, and I love that you said that. And just to pick your brain a little bit, how do you guys do that? I mean, because I know there's so many different things that you do, and we were saying off the couch, off the camera, that it is such a beautiful thing, and it is very important. And what do you guys do exactly to make that happen?
So programmatically, in addition to what we talked about, those mainstays, the orchestras on stage at the amphitheater and chamber music at Valar all summer. You know, we did over 70 events total last summer, and over half of them were free to the public.
Wow.
We have a series called Little Listeners at the Library. This is for 3 to 8-year-olds, and you've got musicians coming into the libraries from Vail to Gypsum, free of charge, interactive programs. We've got the Music Makers program, which is providing actual tactical instructions and lessons. And we actually just wrapped up what we call Music Education Month. So this is a newer focus, completely done locally, where we partner with the Bookworm of Edwards, with Walking Mountains, with all kinds of local businesses, and find different ways people can connect to music. So we had a book club, and we read a book about Mozart. We had 2 programs at Alpine Arts Centers where people could actually connect visual creative arts to music. Because I think it can be intimidating for somebody to say, oh, I'm going to a classical music concert, a symphonic concert. One of the things that I think we have the ability to do here at Bravo Vail, in the atmosphere that's so magical in Vail, is say there's nothing to be concerned about or afraid about. All are welcome. Come enjoy it and see what you take away from it and where you can connect to it.
And I love this because it's so obvious to me. You're so passionate. I'm just watching you and smiling from ear to ear because it's beautiful to see how you light up speaking about this.
Thank you.
I mean that. And breaking down those barriers and those walls, because I agree with you. I have been raised with music. I work on radio as well.
Right.
So I'm surrounded, engulfed in music all the time. I get a little nervous because I think we think as human beings we need to know the correct terminology. We need to know and have that moment, but it's not real. That's not what it's about.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And music is one of those things, classical music, symphonic music, you could study it your entire life and still not know everything about it. And I think people get hung up on the etiquette or how they're supposed to behave. Again, That's the beauty of Vail. You can show up people show up, fresh off of biking Vail Pass.
Yeah.
And yeah, somebody might be next to you in a suit.
Yeah.
But that's our mission. World-class music, accessible to all. And we're there to help you and welcome you and make sure that you have a great experience, whether that's as part of our book club at the Bookworm or here in the New York Philharmonic at the amphitheater and everything in between.
I love this. I think that's so powerful. I know it's so powerful. Use my word. So how can people get involved to help them? Because obviously you moved me so much. I know so many other people are going to feel so moved by this. What is the best way to get involved and make sure that this is going to keep on going?
No, thank you.
Yeah.
And there are so many ways. I have been a fundraiser for a long time. The old adage is absolutely true. Every dollar counts.
Yes.
And that could be an organization with a $100,000 budget or a $10 million budget.
Right.
We need the support of the people who care about it. And I think all of us in the nonprofit industry here in the Vail Valley are so grateful for the generosity of this community.
Yeah.
Not every single one of us has unlimited resources.
Right.
Volunteering time always helps. We've got a guild, we've got a number of volunteer opportunities. But as we look towards Colorado Gives Day and this Eagle County Gives effort that is so locally based.
So beautiful.
Which is really fantastic.
Yeah.
I would just encourage people to give what they can and to give here locally where they are to the organizations that they feel are making a difference. And there's luckily lots of us to choose from.
Yes, and Caitlin, this is so empowering, so beautiful. I'm really moved by this. This is stunning, and I think that you're right. Everyone can give a little, and I want to say this because I sometimes think we don't think about this, but even maybe not getting a coffee. I go to Starbucks a lot. Right. True story, but just maybe skipping a week.
Yeah.
It's as little as that, but it is impactful, and I want people to remember that every dollar, like you said, truly counts. So please.
It really does.
Yes, and this is such an empowering, powerful organization, so please give. We adore you, Caitlin. Thank you. We're going to have you back.
Likewise.
Bravo is such an amazing part of our community, and we have more right here, so keep it right here for more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
Experience the magic of the season like never before with the Leadville Railroad on our Holiday Express. Gather the family for an enchanting journey filled with dazzling displays of twinkling lights and festive decorations. Create cherished memories that will last a lifetime on this unforgettable train adventure that captures the spirit of the holidays. Booking information at leadvillerailroad.com.
In America's heartland, living close to the land, there's a love for the country and a pride in the brand. In America's heartland, living close to the land. In America's heartland, close to the land.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
At Revival Boutique Med Spa, we take an integrative and holistic approach to skincare, focusing on the bigger picture when treating our clients. We use only result-driven and science-based products that contain clean, organic, wildcrafted, and research-based ingredients. From injectables, facials, to body contouring, we offer anything related to looking your best self. Find us in the Riverwalk in Edwards. For a complete list of services, visit us online at revivalvail.com. Follow us on Instagram at Revival Vail Valley. Fall in love with your skin again. There's lots to love at Revival. Mind, body, beauty.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back. As we wrap up our first hour of Good Morning Vail here, we're shifting gears a little bit from the local nonprofits to a little bit of advice on how we can take advantage of some of the new, latest and greatest technologies to help us in either our job search or our search for new employees. So up next is my conversation with Bill Humbert, the recruiter guy. Welcome back to the show. With AI becoming more and more prevalent in our workplaces, we've got Bill Humbert, the recruiter guy, joining us now to tell us a little bit about how AI can help us find the right employees or help us find the right job. Welcome to the show, Bill.
Good morning, Ben. Thank you. It's so good to be back.
Well, it's so good to have you on the show. And so, as I was saying, AI is becoming a bigger part of all of our workplaces, and I'm sure it's impacting the job search too. So could you tell us a little bit about exactly how AI is really starting to be implemented into job searches?
You know, I've been around for a while, and in 1981 to about 1995, I got my resumes through U.S. Postal Service. And starting in 95, Monster began, the Online Career Center began, and technology started to enter. And the good news about that is it took away the, immediately I could get a resume and we would be on our way. Now, AI is a different type of technology. It's artificial intelligence. Speaking back in the day, my dad used to tell me that I had artificial intelligence. But anyway, as a leading talent attraction consultant on both Google and Bing, my response to whether AI can improve your recruiting processes is a qualified yes. And it's based on the fact that technology can be used correctly or it can be used incorrectly.
That totally makes sense. And it seems to me like there's a lot of different ways that an AI assistant can be implemented into the job search. And one of the ones that I'm most familiar with, and I think a lot of people are familiar with, is the keywords, like the keywords that are included in both the job postings and the AI going through all of the applicants looking for those same keywords. And keywording is something that you and I have talked about a little bit before too. So why don't you refresh us a little bit on how that works within the job search process and then how AI kind of impacts it?
Well, the way it works from the recruiting perspective and the way it's supposed to work is to go through, let's say, 100 people who applied for a position online and try to determine, using the keyword match, who might be the best qualified candidates. The only problem with that is, well, there's a couple problems. One is most job descriptions are poorly written, and therefore the keywords are probably the wrong ones. And then secondly, there are people, and I'm a career coach too, I speak on both sides of this table. There are people like me who know what's going on, and then I coach my candidates to tailor the resume to the job description, and that enables them to get a higher score, which generally will mean somebody's going to give them a call. So that's the bad side of the keyword match, is that they're matching the wrong words because of a poorly written job description.
Well, and I can definitely see how it would be difficult on behalf of the employer to really kind of narrow down exactly what the role is. Do you find that there's any way for AI to assist in coming up with a more accurate job description?
Potentially it could be used that way. You list the responsibilities and identify whether they're daily responsibilities, weekly responsibilities, quarterly responsibilities, and annual responsibilities, and enter all of that information into an AI search, and the AI can maybe possibly come up with a better job description than the one the company has. And understand, job descriptions are different than job postings. A job posting is marketing your position, and it's not a job description. It just gives people a reason why they may want to explore further and find out what the job description really is.
So help us out then with how AI tools can be implemented in a little bit more of a direct sense to kind of aid in these, I don't know if miscommunication is necessarily the right word, but the mismatch between the job itself, the job description, and what the applicant has on their resume, or the, not job description, the job posting.
Well, there's two different types of candidate. There are the hourly candidates, like the lifties at Altera and Vail. Then there's the professional candidates that are accountants, everybody that's in the professional side. And so the hourly workers are used to going to a website, completing an application, and moving forward. AI can help you identify the best qualified professional workers more quickly than you can by getting on LinkedIn, or than I can by getting on LinkedIn and searching through literally thousands of candidates. AI can do it like that. And that's the benefit on the sourcing side to AI.
So how exactly does that work? That AI is so able to quickly and easily identify a good potential candidate. Are they running off of that person's resume and social media platforms, or does it go beyond that and do a little bit of its own research, combing through the internet or something?
That goes everywhere. The algorithm can search so much more quickly than a human can. And that's the reason AI works more effectively, because they can look at LinkedIn, social media, everywhere that person has a presence, and then come back to you with a list of people and a way to contact them, either through social media, or if you're really lucky, possibly even give you direct contact information of that person.
Awesome. And so it sounds like that's one really effective way to use AI to improve our search for potential candidates. But are there any ways that AI can help a candidate search for a potential job?
Oh, absolutely. It's just reverse, right? What companies in Salt Lake City are looking for financial analysts in the resort industry? And then that can pop up a list of companies that have posted positions out there, and it makes it much easier for somebody who's doing a job search to use AI too.
So do you typically go to like a service like ChatGPT to take advantage of the AI programs there, or how do you implement AI in the job market?
If you're doing it from a recruiting perspective, I suggest that you look at companies like HeroHunt.ai, because they're specifically focused on recruiting and generating candidates. And there's a number of them. And the best thing to do is do a free trial with each one and find which one works for you. From the candidate perspective, you can use ChatGPT, and that will work just fine.
Awesome. Well, Bill, thank you so much for all of this fantastic information. Make sure that if you do need more information or if you have any questions for Bill Humbert, check out therecruiterguy.com. Bill, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be right back after a short break. Awesome. Bill, did we...
Good morning, Vail.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Opening in time for the new ski season, Max's Bar here at TV8. So grab a seat as friends and neighbors gather to discuss and debate the topics of the day. From best restaurants, best hockey seats, school sports, and just plain old Vail Valley talk. So join us here at Max's Bar this winter.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake! It's fake!
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Welcome back to the start of your second hour at Good Morning Vail here on Monday, November 20th. I'm your in-studio host, Ben Roof, and we're shifting gears a little bit on our second hour here from the Valley's nonprofits to holidays and everybody's favorite part of the holidays, the tasty food. So refresh that coffee and stick around because your second hour of Good Morning Vail starts right now.
home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
So you got a little bit of snow outside this morning all across the valley here on Monday, but let's take a look at what the weather's doing for the rest of the day. 8 a.m. we're looking at about 33 degrees this morning, moving on to a high of 41 towards the mid-afternoon there. We've got a 50% chance of precipitation throughout the day. Hopefully it'll stay snow, but with that high of 41, it might turn into rain. We're seeing some winds from the northwest, 5 to 10 miles an hour throughout the day there as well. As we take a look at the hourly forecast, again, 33 degrees this morning with some snow showers, 35 around noon, and then we've got 37 around 4 p.m. with some of those snow showers moving on. And then we're seeing things cool off around 8 p.m. with that temperature coming down to around 28. But as we take a look at the I-70 corridor, we're seeing that 50% chance of precipitation down in Denver with a high of 45. That 50% chance remaining up in Vail with a high of 41. Avon, 40% chance of snow with a high of 43, and in Eagle, a 30% chance with a high of 44. As we take a look at the overnight there, we're seeing 15 degrees as our overnight low with a 20% chance of snow throughout the night. Partly to mostly cloudy with sunset coming in at about 4:48 p.m. We've still got some winds from the northwest though, 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we take a look at the rest of the week here, on Tuesday we're seeing sunny skies with a high of 46. Wednesday, it's mostly sunny there with a high of 54. And then as we look at Tuesday, we're seeing 20% chance of precipitation with a high of 48. And then a 50% chance on Friday with that high of 36. So that's some great news there for opening weekend at Beaver Creek. And on Saturday, we're seeing partly cloudy skies with a high of 33. Now, with Thanksgiving right around the corner, if you guys have a little bit too much time on your hands or not enough, one of the great things that you can do is head over to the Sebastian for their delicious Thanksgiving dinner, and Avija is going to tell us all about it.
Thanksgiving is just around the corner, and the Four Seasons Vail has an incredible to-go feast for those of us who would rather leave the cooking to the professionals.
Our culinary team, led by our executive chef, Simon Purvis, and our executive sous chef, Tafiq, they put together a really amazing spread.
2 types of salad, and then we have the turkey family style with also to share sides like the for sure stuffing, gravy sauce, and we have mushroom and green beans casserole, we have Brussels sprout crispy, and at the end also we have the pear or apple pie, depend on what you choose.
I asked the chef to share his secrets for preparing such an exquisite turkey.
You need to ground in the night with white wine, little brandy and water and a lot of spices for 24 hours, and then next day we take it off and we cut some vegetable as mirepoix, and we cooked in the oven for a long time and under low temperature. That's why it comes crispy, nice color like that, and very moist meat.
So if you just want to serve it up without having to cook it up, be sure to get your order in.
Orders for Thanksgiving for turkey to go from Four Seasons Vail, they need to be in by the 18th of November, and then you can pick up the turkey and mashed potatoes and all the sides and the dessert anytime on Thanksgiving Day from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
The price is $425, and the meal feeds 4 to 6 people.
So as you guys are getting back out on the slopes, one of the things that we really want to keep in mind is protecting our eyes. And Eyepieces of Vail always has some of the best choices out there for eye protection. And one of the things I really wanted to look at today is the Smith 4D Mag goggles. And these are great goggles that are giving you both high visibility in all light conditions, and this little curvature here underneath the goggle gives you a lot more visibility all around, so you can see underneath you and see the slopes a lot better. Though, one of the best things about these goggles is they have an interchangeable lens that you can easily just pop these two little tabs underneath the edge there, and then you can lift the goggles lens right out and replace it with one of these low light lenses that each Smith goggle comes with. They all come with both a high and a low light lens, giving you a wonderful versatility out on the mountain. And as you can see, this lens is a much higher color, or a much lighter color, and with that little bit of yellow in it, it gives you that ability to increase that contrast out on the snow, especially on cloudier days. And when you're going to fit this lens in, it's so easy. You just snap it right back into place there, and as long as you keep those little tabs open, then you can just pull those closed just like that, and your new lens is nice and secure. One of the other great things about these Smith goggles is that the men's version, or the larger version, and they also have a women's or smaller version that comes in different colorways and has a much smaller fit for the face. So if you're looking for something out there to protect your eyes out in the sun, which is especially important on the snow, as we're seeing about twice as much UV radiation when we're standing out in the snow than we would be even if we were just out on the beach. It's really important to make sure we protect our eyes. So head over to Eyepieces of Vail to get some of the best goggle selections imaginable. But we'll be right back after a short break.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tvavail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake! It's fake!
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
Each week on The Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss The Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. As we're starting to move into the holiday season, one of the things that's starting to pop up on everybody's calendar is that holiday party. And joining us next is Corporate Natalie, influencer, social media star, and expert in all things business. Welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us a little bit. So as we're starting to move into the holiday season, holiday planning is definitely something that's a little bit on everybody's minds. So tell us a little bit about what you would keep in mind first things when you're starting to come up with a holiday party.
Definitely. So I don't know about you, but when I'm kind of voluntold to plan an office holiday party, I'm not exactly as cheerful as I should be. I think, you know, we have our end of year performance review and all these things in our own holiday plans that planning the party can just sometimes be stressful. So having a one-stop shop to go to kind of knock out everything you need for the party is a great way to reduce stress and throw a great party.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And one of the things that I've always noticed when coming up with planning parties for myself is that the food is always such a big deal, and I never know where to start, especially with a bunch of different dietary needs from my coworkers. And it sounds to me like you have a great solution for us.
Totally. So Walmart Business has a ton of fresh food, charcuterie trays you see in front of me, brownies. I'm not sure if the camera is covering it all, but I've been nibbling on these all morning. Excellent way to bring people together. Trays and just party platters, and people want sugar, you know, and they want just fun food and drink to come and eat and hang out with friends. They're going to come hungry, so definitely have those options available.
Awesome. And then another thing is you always got to come up with all of the different stuff too, whether it's, you know, plates, dishes, drinks, all of that. And I'm sure that Walmart has a great selection of perfectly appropriate things for us.
Yes. So one time I went to a holiday party, or at least that's what they called it, and there was no decor anywhere. It was just our boring old office. And to me, that just, it doesn't signify a party. So I think the decor is essential. You can get some garlands, some streamers, some lights, just anything that changes the space so someone comes there and is like, okay, this is a new fun environment. So definitely important.
Definitely. And I mean, I'm sure there are a bunch of kind of hidden hurdles too that you might not necessarily think of when you're doing your first corporate holiday party. Do you have any advice to kind of navigate any of those little bit of, you know, unforeseen challenges?
Yes. So I have some go-to tips for the perfect holiday party. I'd say first, have a fun theme. I don't want to show up in my normal business casual attire. I feel like that's boring. I want to have a PJ party. I want to have a dress like your boss party, which I'm not sure would be approved by HR, but I want to have a fun theme. Food, drinks, and decor, like we mentioned, just everyone will be happy if that's available. And I think activities, things to do. You know, you can stand with your charcuterie tray and your drink, and that's fun, but why not throw in some musical chairs, some Jenga that you can play with your boss, just fun games. And then one other tip is employee gifts. Just a little something to walk away with, I think really brightens the holiday spirit.
Well, and it's been my experience that the hardest part of those parties is breaking that ice right off the bat because everybody's just standing around with their drinks. So having an activity like that does sound like a great way to start to break the ice. Do you have any other advice on kind of how to keep the party energy alive despite the corporate environment?
Totally. Oh gosh, icebreakers. I make videos on this all the time. So awkward, so uncomfortable. Just get into the game, buy into the game. I think we're so uncomfortable and fearful to do something wrong, be too competitive. I'm certainly too competitive, and I think my employees remember it as a funny thing. So just dive in, enjoy, do everything possible, and just be a part of it and have a fun time.
Incredible. And I mean, especially with the gift giving too. And that can also be a challenge with like whether you decide to do a white elephant gift or do something from the boss to everybody. Do you have any advice on kind of how to handle gift giving in a corporate party?
Absolutely. So I've had some bad white elephant experiences. I'm not sure about you, but I think one gift for everyone, the same gift, just standardize it. Is what no one leaves jealous. You know, no one leaves with FOMO. Everyone's getting the same thing. And if you go to business.walmart.com, you can actually filter for gifts. So if you have a smaller budget, you can filter gifts under $10. You can filter gifts under $25, and just find something that's perfect for everyone. A pair of headphones, a weighted blanket, a small gift basket with some chocolates. Anything that they can walk away with is great.
Well, and it seems to me like it'd be really important to make sure that the gift is something that has a little bit of a value to it too, despite the lower price point, depending on what your company's budget is, because it seems to me that the important thing is to make sure that your employees feel like they've been thought about a little bit. Do you have any advice on kind of how to make that feel just a little bit more personal or a little bit more thoughtful instead of just say, gift bag?
Definitely. I think personally a handwritten note, every year that I receive a handwritten note from my boss in addition to a gift, even if it's standardized, makes it feel custom and makes me feel like appreciated. So a handwritten note in addition to a gift in a nice bag, of course, is a great way to make people feel just like, you know, important.
Definitely. Do you have any other great tips or tricks for us or ways that we can take better advantage of Walmart Business to help support our businesses or our corporate parties?
Definitely. So if you go to business.walmart.com, my one tip for every fun holiday party is to buy some streamers, lights, and fun decor to build a photo booth. It seems like a daunting task, but you can set up truly an iPhone on a tripod and have a fun photo booth, and people walk away with a hilarious photo of them and their boss in a fedora or a feather boa. I still have a photo from one of my first holiday parties with my boss that I look back on with very fond memories.
I gotta say, that's probably the best tip that I've heard so far in all of my discussions about holidays in the last month or so is setting up a photo booth. Every event that I have ever been to, having one of those photo booths seems to have just great energy, really ends up being the center of the party in a lot of ways. Not to mention, everybody gets to take away a keepsake, something to remember the whole event by that sticks with them for years to come.
Totally. Well, I'm honored that that was your number one tip.
Well, anything else you have for us before I let you go?
Definitely. Check out business.walmart.com and you will find everything you need for the perfect holiday party.
And where can we find more about you?
At Corporate Natalie on TikTok and Instagram. Also LinkedIn if you're a corporate American watching.
Awesome. Well, Corporate Natalie, thank you so much for all of these great tips and tricks on how to do such a wonderful job preparing our holiday parties at Walmart Business. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll be right back with a little bit more after this short break.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tva.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work for
Some good deals, too good to miss on Flash Deals now. Check this out.
studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Spooky and Scott show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw, host of TV8 Vail. From fashion to food, from film to festivals, experience a unique look at the boutiques, spas, restaurants, and venues that make the Valley so special. Join me for Glitz and Glam. Find it in Good Morning Vail or at our website at tv8vail.com. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Welcome aboard! Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Let's take another quick look at today's weather forecast. Starting off this morning around 8 a.m., we're seeing it about 33 degrees, moving on to a high of 41 towards the mid-afternoon. We've got that 50% chance of precipitation throughout the day with some snow already on the ground this morning. Mostly cloudy throughout the day with winds from the northwest, 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we take a look at the rest of the day there, we're seeing things start to warm up towards noon with those snow showers sticking around and about 35 degrees with things starting to warm up still in the mid-afternoon there. Starting to cool off though around 4 p.m. with that 37 degrees and mostly cloudy. Continuing to get cooler as we work our way towards 8 p.m. there with about 28 degrees, 29 degrees. Taking a look at the I-70 corridor there, down in Denver, we've got that 50% chance of a wintry mix with a high of 45. Up in the valley, we've got that 50% chance in Vail with a high of 41. Avon, 40% chance with a high of 43. Eagle, 30% chance with a high of 44. As we take a look at the overnight forecast there, we're seeing that low of 15 degrees with a 20% chance of precipitation, mostly to partly cloudy all night with sunset at about 4:48 p.m. Still seeing that wind from the northwest, 5 to 10 miles an hour throughout the night. As we take a look at the rest of the week there, we're seeing Tuesday, sunny skies, the high of 46. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high of 54. And then those clouds moving in on Thanksgiving with a percentage of 20 for some perhaps rain, perhaps snow, depending on how warm it gets with that high of 49. On Friday, though, we're seeing it at about 50% chance of snow with 36 as our high there, moving in for that opening weekend at Beaver Creek. Partly cloudy skies, the high of 33 on Saturday. Now, Avija headed over to the Sebastian to see what they've got offering for après ski this winter.
Come on!
Hi friends, welcome to Vail Vibes. Avija Scarborough here. I can't wait to show you these cozy igloos at Leonora's. They are the perfect place to defrost after a long day on the slopes. Let's go take a look. Leonora, a Vail Village staple located inside the Sebastian Hotel, does après their way.
Here up in the mountains, it's definitely a crucial element of ski culture. You're out all day enjoying the slopes, nothing better than coming down and enjoying some beverages and some bites to eat with your favorite people. What's not to celebrate when you're at 8 to 10,000 feet in the Colorado mountains? I think that's reason enough to celebrate for me.
You too can celebrate in style after a day of skiing inside one of these igloos.
Welcome to the Igloo Experience.
For a $200 reservation fee plus $95 per person, you get a 4-course prefix menu, including some of these items right here.
We've got a smoked Gouda mac and cheese, as well as our award-winning pork belly dish with preserved peaches.
You can opt for a wine pairing to go with the dishes or order anything from the drink menu as well, including some of these après favorites.
I got the Harvest Old Fashioned, which is a Leonora staple, as well as our seasonal mulled wine here, house spiced red wine with cognac and cinnamon, star anise, clove, lots of winter spices. Some more what, you say?
And for the 4th course, you get a s'mores kit and the Sebastian's famous hot chocolate.
So our pastry team here at the Sebastian Hotels creates these chocolate domes dusted with an edible gold. And then we make some house-made vanilla bean marshmallows we put inside, float it up to the top as you kind of melt and stir, and there you go, you get the Sebastian hot chocolate.
Which also makes for a delicious gift to go. So treat yourself, it's all part of the experience.
After a full day of cold smoke and deep powder, yeah, something refreshing and cold or hot is definitely well earned.
Well earned indeed.
Cheers.
That's it for today, friends. Thank you so much for watching Vail Vibes, and I'll see you next time.
Good morning, Vail.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
At Revival Boutique Med Spa, we take an integrative and holistic approach to skincare, focusing on the bigger picture when treating our clients. We use only result-driven and science-based products that contain clean, organic, wild-crafted, and research-based ingredients. From injectables, facials, to body contouring, we offer anything related to looking your best self. Find us in the Riverwalk in Edwards. For a complete list of services, visit us online at revivalvail.com. Follow us on Instagram at Revival Vail Valley. Fall in love with your skin again. There's lots to love at Revival. Mind, body, beauty.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. If you're looking for something a little bit closer to home for a meal instead of heading out to Lenora and the Sebastian, Tracy Miller has a delicious chicken cutlet and corn salad recipe for us coming up next.
You're watching Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller. I'm a huge fan of chicken, actually. That's about my favorite protein, and I eat it most of the time. So what we're gonna do is super season it, like lots of salt and pepper over every little part of your chicken breast. We're gonna put a little bit of olive oil in the pan, coat it. I have my oven at 350 degrees, and I'm going to turn this up a little tiny bit because I turned it down, you know, because of that whole summertime heat thing. And what happens when you have your hot pan, you put 2 cold chicken breasts in it, the pan automatically gets a little bit cooler. So crank it up a little bit when you're about to put your chicken in. We're going to put that raw chicken breast right in there. You can kind of hear the sizzle. I wish we had a little more sizzle, but that was my fault. I was just talking too much. Okay, so there we go. We have the chicken seasoned on one side, but with every good protein, you need to season it on every single side. Now, I'm pretty specific about my seasoning. I like every single bite to have a little salt and pepper. Okay, I'm gonna crank it up a little bit. We're gonna sear each side of the chicken, and then we're gonna put it in the oven at 350 degrees. This is a method that you can do on the grill as well. So if you're grilling and you have your grill really hot, fiery hot, you put your chicken on, you sear it up, you flip your chicken over, and you sear it up again. Then you can either put it in a cast iron pan or a baking sheet and finish it in the oven. This is a trick a lot of chefs use when they're mass producing. Like if I'm cooking filet mignon for 20 people, I will sear it up and then I'll let it cool, and then I'll pop it in the oven right before it's time to eat for about 15 minutes, and it gets to a perfect medium rare temperature. So this is a nice method. Okay, so you want to get a nice sear, a nice color on both sides of your chicken breast. And then we're going to let that sear up for a few more minutes. I'm going to pop it in the oven, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get our Colorado sweet corn out. I just actually cleaned all this corn up. Look at all that stuff hanging off of there. You want to cook it pretty quickly, and then you want to cool it down for the salad. So what I'm going to do is pop this chicken in the oven at 350 degrees, and we're going to finish baking it that way. So it's kind of off the stove. It's going to cook to perfection, and then we're going to have a nice chicken breast, lean and delicious, that we can enjoy. So I'm going to put this in the oven. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, corn salad is on its way. Welcome back to Colorful Cooking. I am Tracy Miller, and we've got some chicken in the oven, and we're also making a corn salad today. It's a really nice, light summertime dinner. To complete the meal, first of all, we have our fresh corn, which here in Colorado, we've got some good corn. So I'm just gonna pop that in the boiling water, and I'm literally gonna boil that for probably about 2 or 3 minutes. Everybody overcooks their corn. You don't need to cook corn very long to keep that nice little pop that corn has. I also have some fingerling potatoes, which I am a huge potato fan. They fill me up. They're pretty basic and easy to make. So what I've done is I've boiled the potatoes in water, and then I've sliced them. Now I have some olive oil in my pan, and I'm just going to fry them up just a little bit. You can also bake them in the oven if you want to. That just gives them a little bit of a crispiness that's going to make them really delicious and decadent. And of course, we are going to season these with a lot of salt and pepper. And veggies are so good and healthy for you. They have a lot of water in them, but they also need a lot of seasoning. So we're going to get those kind of flat on the pan. Notice how I have them spread out. Whenever you're cooking anything in your pan, you want to spread it out. Give everything a lot of space to get the heat around. That's the same if you're doing something in the oven, if you're doing something on a baking sheet. Don't clump it all together. Give it some space so that everything can get some heat around it, and it can all get nice and crispy and cook really well. So what I have is parsley and cilantro right here, and I forgot my brand new knife, so I have to use a knife here in the kitchen. But I'm just going to try to mince this up really nicely. Not sure my knife is going to cooperate with that because, you know, the sharper knife you have, the better off that's going to be. But we're going to just do some parsley and some cilantro mixed together. I'm going to do a lot of salt and pepper, some red wine vinegar. This is what makes it really fun and fresh. And look at how low calorie this is going to be too. So it's going to give you some good flavor on that chicken breast, but it's not going to cost you a lot of calories. We're also going to add a little bit of olive oil to it. And this depends on how much you like olive oil. Add the extra virgin olive oil if you really like the flavor. Add a lighter olive oil if you don't want quite as much olive oil flavor to it. So we're just going to let that sit and kind of absorb all those flavors. Get that red wine vinegar. I can smell that vinegar and it smells really good. I'm going to actually add a few more herbs to the top of that, and then we're just going to let this sit and relax. And you don't have to let it sit and relax for too long. I would say like 10 or 15 minutes. It's kind of one of those things that you want to make right around go time, and you want to be able to serve it fresh, because that's what it is. It's really fresh. So we've got a low-cal chimichurri here. It originates from Argentina. Good on any meat. I put it on steak quite a bit. You can even use it as a taco seasoner if you wanted to like put it on top of your taco or something like that. But right now, we're just gonna save it for the chicken. All right, looks like our corn is possibly done. So let me grab some tongs here and just get that right out of there. See, that looks nice. And it's still kind of firm. It's not mushy at all. So what's going to happen now is we are going to just let that cool down for a second, and then I'm going to cut all the corn off to make the corn salad. I think one of the reasons why I was like doing this corn salad is because both my daughters had braces and neither one of them could eat corn, and I was like, had to cut the corn off all the time, and I'm like, hey, wait, I remember this. This is kind of a nice way to eat corn. Doesn't get stuck in your teeth. Chimichurri is a stuck in your teeth kind of dish too, so if you're eating it with a friend, that's the way to go, because that cilantro might stick around. You have to ask, hey friend, do I have anything in my teeth? Can't be on a date or anything like that, you know, a new date. All right, so we're going to crank the potatoes up. We just want to get a little crisp on them. We have the chicken cooking in the oven. I've seared it on both sides. I've popped it in the oven at 350. It's probably going to take about 20-25 minutes to reach 165. We're going to pull that out. We're going to let it rest for a minute, and then we're going to slice it up. We are going to put it on top of the potatoes, and then we are going to make the corn salad. I'm going to pop the corn under some cold water while we take a quick break. When we return, it is a Mexican corn salad that I really think you're going to like a lot. So stick around. We've got chicken in the oven. We're making a corn salad. This is going to be a nice light dinner for you and your family. I think the chicken is all done. So it's in the cast iron pan. I've had it in the oven at 350 for maybe about 20 minutes or so. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull it out of the cast iron pan so that it doesn't cook any more than it already is going to. These are massive chicken breasts. I think that can feed a family of 3 to 4. Okay, so now we're just going to kind of take all the corn off. I don't know why, but I really like doing this. And look at how fresh and poppy, for lack of a better word, this corn is. All right, so I have the corn. I also have romaine, and I'm just going to put the corn, and I cooled the corn down under cold water. You blanch it, you boil it, and then you put it in cold water. It keeps that beautiful color. All right, I like spice, and I like jalapeno spice. We're gonna make it nice and spicy with the seeds and the stems, a raw jalapeno, which I like as well, and then we're gonna put that in there. So we have romaine, we have fresh corn, we have a little bit of jalapeno, and then a mixture of mayonnaise, Parmesan cheese, lime juice, chili powder, and a little bit of olive oil. So I've made that up. So here we go, we have our salad. I'm gonna move it over to our platter because we've got the chicken waiting there, which I'm gonna slice. We're gonna put the salad, and see, maybe this is a good way to do it because now the corn's on the bottom, so if I serve it like this, like all the lettuce is on top, this salad is delicious. You will absolutely love it. Now I think we're getting ready to slice the chicken, so we're gonna kind of do our grand finale in just a moment. We're making grilled chicken breast, corn salad. We've got most of it made. I'm gonna take a quick break, wash my hands, clean this place up a little bit, and then show you how it's done when we're done. Welcome welcome back. I got to get Maddie Evans in the kitchen. Maddie, how you doing?
I'm so good. I'm so excited to try this right now, though.
Okay, good. I have a piece of chicken there for you. I hear you're a big fan of chicken, so give it a bite. I cooked it in the oven, and it has to have a little bit of moisture, which it was pretty juicy when I was cooking it. So there you go. Tell me, does it have some moisture in it? Is it pretty good? Did you get a little bit of the corn salad in there too?
Oh my gosh,
she likes it.
That chicken is amazing.
It's good. That's how you cook it. You sear it up, you finish it in the oven. You can do that with any meat that you have. We will have all the recipes online. We've got fingerling potatoes. Have a little more. How's it going? You're back on TV.
I'm back. It's amazing, but you can't talk to me now because I'm going to stuff my face.
Okay, so we've got the corn salad. This is a perfect summer dish. It's healthy, it's high in protein, it's low in calories, and it's going to taste good if you'd like to make it for your family or even for a party. Like you could do this on a platter for a party. I'm Tracy Miller. That's Maddie Evans. This is Colorful Cooking. Thanks for watching.
Good morning, Vail.
Suki and Scott Show, we are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
TV8 Vail is serving the community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Stop by for Good Morning Vail at 7 a.m. and stay all day for lifestyle favorites such as Good Day Vail, Daily Flash, Suki and Scott, and more. And you're sure to find the adventure you crave with back-to-back episodes of Scoreboard Nation and Outdoor America. Find us all day, every day on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on TV8Vail.com, and on all our social media platforms. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Lion's Head Jewelers Fossil and Mineral Gallery. Located in the heart of Lion's Head Village for over a decade, our 4,000 square foot gallery boasts a one-of-a-kind experience that cannot be found anywhere else in Vail. We carry the most exquisite array of fine jewelry, high-end minerals, and museum-quality fossils. We invite you to come in and explore all the history and beauty that nature has to offer.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to Danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. As Beaver Creek opening weekend is right around the corner, we're really starting to think about just the ski season in general. And as we do, all of the local restaurants are opening up, including Sweet Basil. And Gretchen had the opportunity to sit down with the chef of Sweet Basil and talk about their recent honor in the Michelin Guide. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Gretchen Pleshaw. I am very honored to be with my new friends, Will and Paul, the chef and chef de cuisine here at the beautiful Sweet Basil. How are you guys doing?
We're great. Yeah, couldn't be more excited and be here today. Yeah, it's awesome.
How are you doing?
Great, of course. I mean, how could you not be great after Michelin recognition?
And that is why we are here. I'm so excited for you guys. I feel like I'm maybe a little bit more excited because you guys have had that moment. You've partied it out of your system. No, I know you're really excited. It's a Michelin star. That's a big deal. How are you feeling about this? It's a big moment for you guys. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm going to quantify. We didn't win a star. We're recognized by the Michelin Guide as a recommended restaurant, which is an honor in its own. Will got to experience the actual ceremony and party and the awards ceremony, which I'm sure was an amazing experience. I'll let him talk about that. I was actually on vacation and missed the whole thing, so a bit of a buzzkill for me, but I couldn't be more excited for him. The team as a whole. It's just a really amazing validation and recognition for us to get.
I love this. And let me go back for a minute because I think that is a confusing maybe moment. So the Michelin team has recognized, but getting a star is a different thing.
Yeah, it's a different level. Within Michelin, they put out their guide. To be included in that guide as a recommended restaurant, it says, basically it sets a baseline level of what you can expect that you're going to have a good experience at these restaurants. The star level, and they have 1, 2, 3 is the different levels that they offer, is a whole nother level above. So Colorado, I believe there's 5 restaurants that received a star, which is an amazing start for the first year. Will and I thought there was maybe 40-ish restaurants that were included in the states in the recommended section, and that includes Denver, most of the Front Range area, Boulder, Vail, Beaver Creek, and then Snowmass Aspen area.
So this is a huge honor. How did you feel? You know what's funny is I saw some of your pictures on Instagram and whatnot at this big award ceremony. I was looking at you and I'm like, you look oddly familiar. Now I know why. How are you feeling about all of this? That's a huge honor.
I mean, it's exciting. It's certainly something as a chef growing up, you think about it. It's on your radar. I've gotten to be a part of one other team that got a star as very much lower level, and to be contributing, it's exciting. And I think in restaurants, sometimes you get caught up in the monotony of it, and to have a benchmark, something for the team to be proud of, because it's such a big team. There's so many people who contribute. For them to all be able to, go home and be like, we got a star, or not a star, we got recognized. It's exciting. It's good for everyone to be able to take pride in that.
I love that. And I was reading that Sweet Basil has been around for quite some time, which I was not even aware. Can you kind of tell me the history of all of that?
Yeah, briefly as I can. 1977. Previous to Sweet Basil, this was, I think, 6 restaurants in 6 years were in this space. Way back in the day, if you can imagine, this location was off the beaten path. This was in the boonies. So if you weren't on actual Bridge Street, you were kind of, in the boonies, and which is insane to think about these days. But, 6-time loser, 7-time loser, our founding partner, Kevin Clare, who's no longer, partner in the restaurant. He's since retired, and good for him. But came in and kind of started building it up to what it is today. And I think what Sweet Basil has always stood for is, and what Kevin always stood for was, kind of leading edge, being on the cutting edge of things. We were one of the first restaurants to be non-smoking, if you can imagine, right? Wow. You could still smoke in restaurants. Wines by the Glass program. He was one of the first to go with an all California wine list and those kinds of things. So really kind of cutting edge things. And so we've continually expanded and remodeled and tried to refresh and stay as relevant and cutting edge and be the ones that's setting trends and letting others follow as much as we can in the area. And so we hope that people never walk in and go, this looks like a restaurant that's, from 1977. That's part of what we pride ourselves on. So a lot of people are surprised when they hear that. They're like, really? How's that possible? And it's just, trying to improve everything a little bit every day.
I love that because, obviously being here in Vail, there are so many great restaurants. There truly are. But Sweet Basil, I've been here for about 11 years, and this was one of the first restaurants that I went to and my parents went to. And I remember hearing over and over and over, Sweet Basil, Sweet Basil, Sweet Basil. So that's pretty exciting. How are you feeling about all this?
Great. I mean, I think Basil has a long history, and what's great about here is we don't rest on that. Paul and Matt are always saying, push the envelope. Try new things. Don't do something just because we've done it for 40 years. When we're always trying to bring that every day to service, how we operate, how we write a menu. So it's cool. And same thing, I came here as a kid. It was my dad's favorite restaurant, and I happened to be in Breckenridge and they were hiring, and sure enough, I was like, I know Sweet Basil, go check it out. And next thing you know, here I am.
Lucky us.
Seriously. I love that you guys are and that's so cool too that you have an awesome relationship, because I think that really, I've been places where that is not the case, and I'm sure you guys know very many, but I think you can feel it in the food as well. You can feel the partnership, you can tell the love. Okay, so the very cheesy yet important question: what is one of your favorite things to make right now on the menu?
I knew this question was coming, and this is like the worst chef question of all time. Not at all. It's usually the other one is like, what's your specialty? And it's like, well, it's really Will's Ship. I mean, honestly, he's the one that drives the show. There's been hundreds of chefs and cooks that have walked through this kitchen that all have a hand in where we are today, and I don't want to underplay that at all. But Will drives the show. We give him freedom to do what he does. He's talented and has done a great job and has earned that for sure. So it's really it's his baby. I've got a few holdout items that I've put on. To make is one question, but the whip feta that's on the menu is something that I came up with a few years ago. That's kind of become this little cult hit. It's interactive. It's fun. You get to crack the cracker and play with your food a little bit, which I love, taking some of the pretense out of sweet basil. Right? It kind of lightens the mood and lets you know that, hey, I can actually break my food at the table and be okay, and it's not a stuffy, pretentious kind of experience. So that's a dish that I'm proud of, I would say. Yeah.
Well, and I love that you just said that. I'm sorry for asking the question, but I had to go there. But I love that you said that, because I would have never, my mind would never go there. That, this is a high-end restaurant. It is very beautiful, and of course people, it's good and it's really fine dining. And so to have that moment of, yes, it is fine dining. However, you can bring it down a level. I would never think of that. That's brilliant. That's cool you said that.
Basil's tried for a long time to be a little bit of everything for everyone, right? Which is a hard line to walk. There's no doubt that we're viewed as special occasion, higher end in that regard, which I understand, but that doesn't have to mean pretentious and stuffy, right? You can have a fun experience. You can celebrate. Ideally, celebrations are parties, and you're having fun at parties. Yeah. And so, we want to get away from that idea of, rigid and, I can't, what fork do I use and what knife do I use? That whole stuff. That's
the pretty woman moment.
Exactly. No, it shouldn't be like that. We're not curing cancer here. We're just, having dinner, right? It's fun and it should be fun. So we're all about that. We try to have fun in our food, make it something that's interesting, something that's a wow for people, but at the same time that you feel relaxed and want to come back and have again.
Well, I just love that, because there's so many layers that I think, someone coming in as a patron, I wouldn't think of. Okay, we're doing it again. But hey, you run the ship, he's saying. So what is the thing that really you're excited or stoked about doing?
I don't know. It is a difficult question. Generally, I lean towards pasta. Pasta is always sort of where I love, because there's so much nuance to it. Every pasta dish you put up, getting the sauce right, getting the seasoning right, pulling the pasta at the right temperature or the right doneness. Yeah. So that's generally where I lean. Right now, you could ask me in an hour and it'll be a different answer. Yeah. But the Caesar salad is something we've been working on lately, is updating it, making it better. And what I like is looking at the simplicity of a Caesar salad. You see it everywhere. You see it lots of different restaurants. And I think where we can come in as chefs and really prove our worth is, how do you take a Caesar salad and make it memorable for people who have it and leave and go probably have it 10 more times in the next week. So that's one where you can sort of get into the nuance of it and really dial in the details. And I think that's sort of where I'm at right now. What's exciting me.
This is very cool for me, you guys, because I barely know how to cook, and Caesar salad is my jam. No, this is a true story. So even that, thinking about that as Caesar salad, how you can create that and not make it like every other Caesar salad, that's really cool. I won't ask any tricks of the trade. I know that was not your favorite question.
No, it's a good question. And as Will said, we're all chefs are self-loathing with our food. Honestly, it's like we'll create a dish and think it's amazing, and then an hour later we hate it and want to tear it apart and redo it. And that's probably the artist side in us at some point, it's whatever that means. But I think making something that is viewed as maybe simple or common and making that memorable is really the sign of a talented chef, right? If I can impress you with a burger or a Caesar salad or something that you can get anywhere, or a simple green salad or whatever it may be, that's really the sign of what's going on in the kitchen. I always, everywhere I go, not everywhere, but a lot of times when I go to excellent restaurants or high-level restaurants, I order chicken almost every time. And it's the idea of, if you can impress me with chicken, then there's some skill going on back there. So
I like that. Okay. Well, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much. And the Michelin recognition, now I can't even speak. The Michelin recognition for you guys is amazing. And I do love what you said, though, when I first came in off camera and I said, are you so stoked about this? And you're like, yeah, we're ready to get back to work. That's brilliant, though. That shows that you are here for the long haul and that you love what you do. So I appreciate both of you guys. I can't wait to eat here again. It will probably be this weekend, true story. Well, you guys are great. I dare say I might have to invite you to come into Good Morning Vail and cook something on this set. For sure. I want a good Caesar salad, please.
Let's do it. Super fun.
Well, you guys, of course, you guys are awesome. And keep it right here. We have more Good Morning Vail to come.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Hello, everyone. I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work for some good deals, too good to miss on flash deals now. Check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Let's take one last look at today's weather forecast before I let you guys get on with the rest of your day. Starting off this morning at about 8 a.m., we're looking at 33 degrees with a high of 41 there in the mid-afternoon. We've got that 50% chance of precipitation all throughout the day, though we've got some snow showers early this morning with winds from the northwest 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we take a look at the hourly forecast there, at noon we're seeing things start to warm up with about 35 degrees and that snow starting to dissipate there around 4 p.m. with about 37. Things starting to cool off there in the evening. Taking a look at the I-70 corridor there, we've got 45 in Denver, 41 in Vail, 43 in Avon, and 44 in Eagle. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's Good Morning Vail, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home